What up, Panther Nation? What up, Robstar Gang? Appreciate everyone in here. Welcome to the Robstar Report. You see the title. What the hell happened to the Carolina Panthers? And what I mean by that is some of you are probably like, what is he talking about? Like, why are we suddenly good again? Like, are we like finally a good football team? We're going to dive into that more. Of course, we have some unfortunate news that we're going to have to discuss tonight about Pat Jones and, of course, Bryce Young. Is he finally starting to look like that guy that we've been waiting for? And do the Panthers know it? And then did Dave Canales screw up this running back situation already? We're going to talk about that tonight. All of it tonight on here on the Robstar Report. Appreciate everyone joining. Make sure you come in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Okay. It's simple. It's easy. It's just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys. Also, shout out to everyone in the chat already. Make sure you guys come in. Rolly's over there on the Twitch channel. Appreciate you going over there, Rolly. Playback error. Roy, what's going on, man? How are you? Appreciate you coming through. Carolina Panthers deep diver. What's up, man? Appreciate you coming by. Appreciate you stopping by. All right. Let's dive into some stuff, man. We got some stuff to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the breaking news that we did receive today about Pat Jones. And here is, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to listen to Dave Canales' thing on it. Do we need to trade for another pass rusher? We'll dive into more of that as well. Share screen. We'll share this. All right. Let me get this fixed up here. There we go. Hold on. I want to see something here. Apparently, you can make these. That's square now. Rounded, yeah. But apparently, you can make these. I don't know how they do it. I don't think you can. That's okay. That's no big deal. We'll rock with it. It's all good. I was just trying to test something out here. All right. So, yes. So, first things first. For you guys, Pat Jones is out for the year, unfortunately, due to a lower back injury. This one hurts. Literally and figuratively, I'm going to say this. This is kind of a punch to the gut. This is not a guy you really want to lose right now, especially with the fact that our pass rush has to be dead last in the NFL right now, chat. All right, I think we've only sacked. What's good, Earl? What's good, Lomax? You haven't missed anything, man. We just got started. We're only 3 minutes into the stream. You're good, brother. Again. So, you're talking about a defense right now. I mean, if we go look at the sack total, Carolina Panthers sack total 2025 so far, we have 5 sacks on the year. Not good. Okay. And I'm pretty sure he's got 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, will miss the rest of the 2025 season due to a back injury. 27-year-old who's quietly been one of the most consistent pieces, I think, from our improved defense. I mean, again, our defense has improved. Let's not act like that this defense hasn't improved, guys. Right? Like, this is the defense that has drastically improved. We're a top 10 defense right now, overall. So losing a guy like this is not ideal. He's going to go under surgery. We'll officially hit the season-ending IR. But let's hear from Dave Canales, and I'll give you my thoughts on what he had to say. Make sure I got all my volume up. All right, we're good.
Did Pat Jones hurt himself on Sunday? Where did that come?
Pat finished the game, and he had a little bit of tightness, but it really was something that we had to reevaluate on Monday, and the whole staff got all hands on deck and got some imaging. And Pat's going to need surgery, and he's going to be out for the season, and it's a big one for us. I know it may come to a shock because he was playing such awesome football throughout that game, and was able to get through it. But it was something that, as we continue to evaluate it and go through our process, popped up on us, and thought the best thing for him at this time was to make sure that we address that.
What's the official injury?
Yeah.
It's a low back.
Okay, like a strain.
I don't want to get into
Okay.
the specific
You said
medical.
it popped up after the game day.
It was something that he woke up with Monday, and he was in a really bad spot, and so we just did the full evaluation and the imaging and all the things that go into that. And it was, he was really upset, and clearly, because of just like when he's in there, he's such an impactful player for us. But I wanted to make sure that we did the right thing for Pat, and of course, everyone in his camp, his family, and his agent and people involved there, making the right decision for Pat.
Who starts that? What do you want?
We'll reveal that on Sunday.
You said lower back, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so
And speaking to that group specifically, what does this mean for Nick Scorton, Princely Emmanuel, and what does it mean for those guys?
Yeah, great opportunity for all those guys to step in, and guys that we've been counting on who've been growing in their roles, first, second down, rush packages, all those things. So fortunate to be able to have those guys have to play early, and DJ missed a couple of games, so they stepped in and had their roles, and each week they keep improving. Every practice is a milestone. You can only imagine, at this point in their careers, adjusting to a system, adjusting to the NFL. Each practice is a milestone, and every individual period is important, and every game certainly. So another great opportunity for those guys to come out and help the team.
Okay, so basically what I got from that total 2-minute speech there about Pat Jones is that basically the translation I got was that it didn't look bad at first. And then they ran some more tests, and then it turned out to be serious, right? So they shut him down. That's brutal for a defense that we've been trying to figure out what works with this defense, right? Not necessarily patching holes up front, because I feel like we've run some different packages out there. We've tried guys in different spots, but we're talking about a guy who also just signed a 2-year deal with us this past offseason, 4 seasons in Minnesota. Started all 4 games when he joined the team. He's racked up over 9 tackles, 1 sack. Now the box score doesn't tell the full story. If you go watch his tape, and I've watched plenty of tape so far, Jones was setting edges and pushing pockets, playing like a guy who finally found a home in this system, right? And for a team right now that's been climbing we're a team that's really fighting for that relevancy, right? We're on a 2-game win streak, right? We've won 3 out of the last 4. Hopefully to, go 4 out of the last 5, go on a 3-game win streak, right? We're finally showing some life under Canales. Losing Jones, could end up being a setback from what this pass rush really needs to be. I mean, he brought physicality, he brought discipline to a front 7 that we know has struggled to consistently get after the quarterback. Okay. The timing also couldn't be worse, because we are ranked dead last in the NFL in sacks, ladies and gentlemen. We have 5 total sacks. We're 29th in pass rush win rate, according to ESPN. Now you have to lean on guys, which again, you still got DJ Wanu. You still got Princely Emmanuel, Nick Scorton, those guys. Excuse me. But to that question earlier that Rolly asked, excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. That shit went down the wrong damn pipe. Fuck me. Shit. Fuck you, water. Damn. The water's supposed to be good for you. Anyways. I thought I was the only one. Y'all are having issues on YouTube? Everybody's having issues on YouTube. My YouTube on my end is working fine. I'm looking at it right now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. YouTube is crashing out. 336. I thought it was a bad area. Shit, y'all. Everything is moving slow. I don't know, man. I don't know. Mine's fine over here. I'm looking at it. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, man. I don't know how many likes we have. It says we only have one, but anyway, it's giving everyone a playback error. Yes, YouTube is bugging. What's up, Clay? Chat. YouTube not working on my Android. Yes, I had a problem too. Interesting. So is that why I'm not getting anybody over on the YouTube side of things? Because I'm getting everybody else on X. I'm getting everybody else on Twitch, and the Twitch seems fine. X seems fine. I'm back on the YouTube. Yeah, Clay, yo, YouTube has been tripping today. Interesting. Yeah, you got 2 now. I only have 2 likes. What is going on, man? We got a total of 50 people watching this stream. We got 22 people on YouTube, 27 on X. Again, do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button. All right. Appreciate you guys. Anyway, so let's get back to the whole Pat Jones thing. As I said, I think the timing couldn't be worse for this. Again, we are ranked dead last in the NFL in sacks, 5 total. We're 29th in pass rush win rate, according to ESPN. Now you have to lean heavier on guys like Princely, Mami Yellen. You got to rely on Nick Scorton. You're going to have to rely on DJ Wano. Now, here's the thing. Possibly a new face at the front office decides to go shopping before the trade deadline. Again, we talked about it before. You know, I mean, I think that there's definitely some guys out there, man. I mean, you can make a move for Trey Hendrickson. Again, I don't know if our pockets are deep enough to go after those types of players. You can make a move out there for a guy like, I mean, I've heard a guy like the Titans are trying to get rid of in Jeffrey Simons, which I wouldn't be opposed to. Now, Jeffrey Simons. Now, here's the thing. Jeffrey Simons would be a great defensive lineman. Now, would he fit our scheme? I don't know. I would love to get him here. Add him just to have him, Ashawn Robinson, Derek Brown, Bobby Brown III, Turk Wharton. I mean, that's probably a little bit too much to ask for, I guess. But you could also go after guys like Jalen Phillips out of Miami, you know. Could be a main target for someone. He's coming off a rookie contract. He'll be a free agent next year. Kind of makes sense if you want to go get a guy like that. So yeah. I mean, again, you could make a move. You could also there's other guys out there. Maybe you take a hit after for Kayvon Thibodeau out in New York. I don't know. So again, there's a lot of moves that, you know, you can make. There's guys out there available. There's teams that are selling. So you might be able to get somebody out there, right? You might be able to get someone out there if they do want to make that move. If this front office really wants to make a move, you know, I would look at guys like, I mean, again, you could say Trey Hendrickson, you could say Jalen Phillips, you could say guys like Kayvon Thibodeau. Again, now Kayvon Thibodeau, I haven't heard, you know, the Giants are trying to shop him around. I do know that Miami is one of those teams that's selling. I do know that the Saints are one of those teams that are selling. I've heard the Jets are also a team that could be selling. I've heard the Browns also could be selling. You know, you're not going to get a Myles Garrett, though. You could get a Trey Hendrickson, like I said, a Jalen Phillips. Maybe reach out to the Giants, see if they're willing to sell Kayvon Thibodeau. You could also, I wouldn't necessarily say reach out to the Saints, but again, there's teams that are going to be selling at the trade deadline. Now, Jones doesn't just hurt the stat sheet. It does hurt the tone that this defense is trying to build. He is one of those do the dirty work type of players who really gets the headlines and makes everyone's job easier. So losing him does mean more pressure on Carolina's young secondary. And I say young secondary because Shaw Smith Way, Corey Thornton. I mean, and J.C. Horn is still the leader in that secondary, but the only other old guy is Mike Jack, right? And even more responsible for the linebackers to fill their gaps, which we've started out the season not doing the best at. And now with the whole transition of giving the green dot to Tre'von Wallace, that seems to have revitalized this linebacker room. But again, even though I think that we could definitely use some help in the pass rush, and if we want to make a move to go after and get a pass rusher, sure. But I think, honestly, I feel like we need a linebacker more than we do an edge rusher. The reason why is because if Tre'von Wallace goes down or Christian Roseboom goes down, you have nobody to fill those roles. At least right now, you still have DJ Wanu, Princely Mamiela, Nick Scorton to come off the edge, right? So, again, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, I get that the people are out. I get that there's Panthers fans who are saying, let's go get an edge rusher now that Pat Jones is out. I'm saying I would look into it. If the price is right, sure. But I would also, at the trade deadline, be looking to find a middle linebacker just in case one of those guys like Tre'von Wallace or Roseboom do end up getting injured. And injuries are going to happen. We don't have a lot of depth in that linebacker room. We don't have a lot of depth in that linebacker room. So it's not ideal. It's not ideal. Again, there is a chance that Carolina dips in the free agent pool, or again, like I said, there's a chance that they do make a low key trade to pull the plug. Replacing Jones, steady play, a veteran presence like him this late in the season isn't going to be easy. It's especially a cruel twist, right? This was supposed to be a redemption year for him. A chance for him to prove that he can be like a full-time starter, on a defense that's trending upward right now. And, this guy's ended up getting surgery, and it's just not ideal. I know that we're supposed to have this next man up mentality. That's going to be a big test and a big way for this team, especially now you got the Jets, which again, it is I think I would like to call this, some people are calling it a trap game. I don't see it. I just don't. And I'll dive more into that when I do my preview and prediction. But again, you beat the Jets. You're 4-3. You got a gauntlet coming up, right? You got a gauntlet of a schedule coming up. So next man up mentality is going to be a big test when you're going up against teams like Buffalo. Even though they lost to the Falcons, they're still a playoff contender. They are still, in my opinion, a Super Bowl contender. Okay. Good teams aren't always going to win every game, man. Good teams aren't going to win every game in the regular season. All right. You also got to think about the 49ers. They could end up getting healthy by the time we play them. You still got the LA Rams, right? Puka Nacua could come back and be healthy by the time we play them, for all we know, right? So, again, you are going up against some wounded teams coming up. You got the Jets this week, right? We need to focus on them going forward at this point. But this pass rush, and I'm going to be honest here, wasn't exactly overflowing with depth to begin with, right? I mean, you have two rookies to back up two veterans, right? Pat Jones' season is done, right? You just lost one of the most, I think, quietly reliable players on this defense. The defense has been holding the line, the past few weeks, but without him, that's just going to make this job a lot harder for these young guys. And again, I'm all about the youth movement. I'm all about Princely. I'm all about Nick Scorton stepping up. Again, it just comes down to them being consistent and doing that. And we have yet to really see them truly do that. Right? So finally got the feed to work. Well, I'm glad you guys got the feed to work. I don't know what's going on. It's good on my end, so I don't know. I mean, we've got 35 people watching, but only 2 likes, which is wild. But I've got 36 people watching. I got 36 people watching on YouTube, but only 2 likes. I don't understand. I'm confused. Maybe it's 3 likes now just here. I don't know. I'm really confused right now. I am really confused right now why we got 30 something people over there watching and we only have 3 likes, 4 likes. Now mine still says 2 on my end. Now it says 4. Guys, get the likes up, man. We've got 34 people watching. There's no reason why we shouldn't have 34 likes. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for it. Get them likes up, man. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. I got to back out of this because I got to find the page I want to use. Yeah, we're going to use this. I'm going to rock with this. Okay, so the Panthers plan to give here's the thing. Is Dave Canales really about to screw up this whole running back situation? Like, is he really about to overthink this whole situation, man? I hope not. I hope not. I hope we're not doing a 50-50 split. I really don't. Because, again, right now I've seen this report right here. They're going to give touches to both, regardless who the starter is, right? And then I've seen reports like this. Panthers expect to give Rico Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard touches regardless, right? And then you got obviously him to return. And then there was also something else I saw. All right, this right here. According to this Poly Market Football, says that Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle are expected to split carries. Again, man, you've won 2 straight games. You look like an actual football team for once. You have finally found something that works on offense. And just when things are clicking, again, I think they're about to overthink the hell out of it. And it's going to fuck us over. I too. I think Dave Canales is going to do that because he's done it time and time again, man. And then it takes you to get blown out by the Patriots or lose back-to-back weeks for him to figure out, oh, maybe we shouldn't do that. It just, they're planning to split carries between Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard. Well, obviously, Chuba coming back, which on paper sounds balanced, and in reality, it's a mistake, man. It's a big mistake. I'm going to tell you why this is going to be a mistake if they do this way. Rico Dowdle hasn't been just good. He's been the reason why our offense suddenly looks competent. He's been playing like prime Adrian Peterson, man. Like over the past 2 games, this guy has just gone absolutely nuclear. Breaking tackles, accelerating through holes, right? Running like someone who's been waiting his whole career to prove he belongs. 239 yards against Miami. And then another 200 plus against Dallas. That's not a fluke, ladies and gentlemen. That's straight domination. He's been the engine. He's been this team's first 2-game winning streak since last season. And the energy has completely shifted. And it's obvious. When Dowdle's in the game, we look meaner. We look tougher. We look more confident. We have an identity, something that's been missing around here since prime Cam Newton. Let's be honest. And this offense finally has a heartbeat. Now the Panthers might be about to bench the guy who's holding a defibrillator. Right? He's the one who's holding the defibrillator, and you're about to bench him. But here comes this whole timeshare nonsense. Like I told you guys, there's no reason for this. They're talking about keeping things even. Even Jeremy Fowler came out of ESPN and said that. His reports say that they will make sure both players get their touches regardless of who starts. Okay. Translation to me, that means that teams about to take the football away from the one guy, this team is, who's been carrying this offense because they don't want to hurt someone else's feelings. Look, I'm not saying that Chuba Hubbard's bad. I'm not saying that I don't believe in Chuba Hubbard. Okay? But you ride with a hot hand. And nobody's denying that Chuba Hubbard's a solid back. Because he's reliable. He blocks well. Great in pass pro. Well respected in the locker room. He's been, and let's be honest, he's never been this. He's never done what Rico Dowdle has done the past 2 weeks in his whole career. Hubbard's never had that kind of takeover games that Dowdle has just put together on tape. Can we all agree to that? Tell me a game where Chuba Hubbard took over the game. And I'm a Chuba Hubbard fan. But tell me a game when Chuba Hubbard took over the game for the Carolina Panthers. Like Rico has. I'll wait. He hasn't. Now, I'm going to give Chuba his flowers. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Chuba Hubbard. He is the guy that took over, okay? Okay? Chuba Hubbard was the guy that took over and made our offense more reliable when the whole Miles Sanders experiment didn't work out. And I'm not sitting here saying, like, trade Chuba Hubbard, because we already talked about that, I think, Monday night. So I'm not sitting here trading him. I want him here. But I'm just saying, I don't like the fact that we're sitting here talking about splitting carries between these two guys, 50-50. Again, Chuba Hubbard is a solid back. Nobody is denying that. Again, he's reliable. He blocks well. He'll get you 4 or 5 yards a carry. You know, he's well respected in the locker room. Great in pass pro. But again, he has never done this. He has never taken over games and put tape together like Rico Dowdle has. He's a steady hand. But Rico Dowdle is the fucking sledgehammer. Okay? When your offense has been stuck in the mud for 2 straight years, you don't take the keys away from the guy who finally got the damn thing moving. But money talks. And apparently so does loyalty in this situation. So part of what I'm getting from this 50-50 split, ladies and gentlemen, comes down to business, not football. That's what I'm getting out of it. Because the Panthers owe Chuba Hubbard a ton. They owe him $32 million through this deal. right? Now, that kind of money guarantees opportunity whether he's producing or not. That's the NFL for you, the politics of paychecks. The team's not going to kick him to the curb after investing that much, even if the tape makes the decision obvious. But this isn't a participation trophy league either. To me, Dowdle has earned the right to be that bell cow back. He's changed the tone of this offense. He's made life easier for Bryce Young. He's doing it. I mean, and I'm not going to say it's what's crazy is he's doing it without Robert Hunt on that offensive line. He did it last week without Robert Hunt and and Taylor Moton. Okay, I'm not even going to mention Austin Corbett not being in there because, again, Cade Mays is better. It's simple as that. It's not even close. It's night and day with Cade Mays starting compared with Austin Corbett in there. Because we all know May should have been starting from the get-go. And all you people that want to say that I've seen say, well, why don't we trade Chuba Hubbard? Again, you don't pay him $32 million this offseason and give him an extension to trade him. Because you have to worry about that contract. Then you're paying for basically paying part of that contract when you pay him or trade him to, go play somewhere else. Unless you somehow in that trade, the other team ends up taking on the whole full dang contract. So for all you people talking about trading him, you sound dumb. And just stop. Not going to happen. Wishful thinking. This isn't fucking Madden. If you want to go play Madden, go play Madden. This isn't Madden. This is reality. You're not going to trade a guy that you just gave a 4-year, $32 million extension. Ain't going to fucking happen. Okay? Machado says, "Gosh, Clay, you be cracking me up, I swear. At least I can crack you guys up tonight. I'm glad I can crack you up. I know I'm not the most enthusiastic tonight. I'm just not feeling well. But I'm still getting content out here to you guys tonight. Because I was like, I'm getting stuff done. So, but again, this isn't the time to get sentimental, though. That's the thing I'm getting at here. I'm not telling that you got to bench Chuba Hubbard. I've been saying you got your 1A, you got your 1B, and you go with the hot hand, you go with the flow. It's like I said, your 1A is Rico Dowdle. He is your bell cow, the guy who gets the early downs, who brings the tempo, wears down that defense, and then Chuba Hubbard comes in as your closer to basically take down that wear down defense. So he's your 1B. It's time to feed the hot hand and ride until someone else proves that they can stop it. Because Dowdle has what Chuba Hubbard doesn't have. And I'm going to be honest with you. Rico Dowdle has what Hubbard doesn't. And that I can tell you right now, Chuba Hubbard wishes he had, and that's pop. See, the difference between these two backs isn't production. It's not just production. It's the presence alone. Okay? When Dowdle runs, you feel it. He hits holes like you're trying to hurt somebody. Okay? He runs like every run is his last. It's like someone talked about his mama. Like he makes it personal, man. Like he's the running back. The way he runs is like the running back version of the water boy. Okay? I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. And here's the crazy part. Against Dallas, Rico Dowdle had 15 rushes that were 7 yards or more. Can you tell me a game Chuba Hubbard's ever done that where he's had 15 rushes that were 7 yards or more? Defenses are reacting differently when he's back there. They're crowding that box, which then opens up play action for your quarterback, which works so well for your quarterback because your quarterback actually does good when it's a play action pass. He actually does the best when he's rolling out, which makes your whole entire offense look so much more functional. Okay? Just so for some of you non-ball knowers, no, okay? Hubbard's more patient. He's more controlled. That's fine. That's a great change of pace. He doesn't scare defenses like Rico Dowdle does. He doesn't. When you finally found a guy who brings that kind of edge, you don't put him on a pitch count because you're afraid of a depth confrontation. You don't. You don't. You just don't do that, man. Splitting Commander 336 split carries if you want to. Better work. Yeah. You better hope it works. You better hope it works. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you right now, Dave Canales needs to pick a lane. He has been coy when asked about the backfield situation, and he has said all the right coach speaking things that he needs to say, as he always does, right? Because he doesn't want to give us the honest truth. He wants to bullshit his way. I like Dave Canales. I think his play calling's gotten better. I think he's gotten more aggressive. He's gotten more creative. He's been able to do that because the way this offense has been running with Rico Dowdle. But again, when that guy comes up at the podium, man, I can't take him seriously sometimes because I just feel like it's the same thing. He tells you what you want to know and what we need to know or should know. I just don't feel like he's honest. I'd rather him be like, dang, I want a guy. Listen, I think Dave Canales is turning. I think that we are turning the corner, ladies and gentlemen. I do feel like we are. I just need to see Dave Canales be more honest with me. That's all. That's all I'm saying. All right. Sweet. Have fun at MetLife. Have fun at MetLife. I heard I've actually never been to MetLife Stadium. I've heard it's actually nice, but I don't know. Basically though, again, he's saying the right things that a coach should say, and he goes, we'll see how it plays out. Both guys bring value. But again, at some point though, man, you got to draw the line. The offense is finally working because it's because he's letting it be more physical and it's more simple. Run first, punch second, ask questions later. That's it. Splitting carries 50-50 when one guy is clearly on fire is how you kill momentum. If Dowdle cools off down the line, fine. Make the switch then. But until that happens, this shouldn't even be a conversation right now. See, this is the classic bullshit I just find funny because we always seem to like somehow we find something that works and then you just immediately second guess it. That's the thing that frustrates me with Dave Canales. We've seen it time and time again with him. He overthinks shit. Rico has earned the right to be the guy. He's running like a man possessed. Do I got it? Let me show you this. Let me show you this right here. Here's your top 5 rushers. That's Rico Dowdle in 2 weeks. What the? Why do we got to make this difficult, man? Why do we got to make this difficult? Ken, I am saying that. Ken, I am saying that. Because Chuba Hubbard, how long has Chuba Hubbard been here? Chuba Hubbard's been here for what, 4 years now? He's never He has never pulled off a performance like Rico Dowdle. Even that Detroit performance he had was great. It was a great performance, but he ain't never done what Rico Dowdle's done. He's never taken a game over by himself. Shout out to you with that $5 donation. I really appreciate that, man. Goes a long way. So yeah, I am saying that. Like, he's never done that. Again, you find something that works and then you immediately second guess it. Like, again, this is a guy that has earned every right to be the guy. He looks like prime Adrian Peterson, LaDainian Tomlinson. Like, he's the heartbeat of this team's sudden mid-season revival that we're back to 500. We've won 3 out of the last 4, 2 games straight. Like, listen, Chuba Hubbard is a good player. He's a pro's pro. But right now, no offense, Chuba, you're Robin. And Rico Dowdle is Batman. That's what it is. All right. If your team is serious about keeping this, if your team is serious about keeping momentum alive, then your team would not overthink it and just hand the ball to the guy who's been breaking defenses in half for 2 straight weeks. But because if we go back to this committee approach now, again, that strategy, that's self-sabotage, man. You're just can't get out of your own way. You're just fucking yourself. And honestly, that team has done that enough over the last few years to last a fucking lifetime. And Chuba Hubbard is coming off an injury too. Yeah, let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about that. Guys, we only got 12 likes on YouTube. We've got 49 people watching. Can you please do me a favor? Can you, we've only got 12 likes, man. I don't know if like YouTube is like fucking up or whatever, but we've got 52 people watching on YouTube. Can you do me a favor and let's get them likes up, man? I would greatly appreciate it. We've got 52 people watching and only 12 likes. It goes a long way, man. I know who Curtis Martin is, man. I know who Curtis Martin is. So we got some slackers in here, man. There's some slackers. We got over 50-something people on the YouTube channel and only got 13 likes. It's simple, guys. All you got to do is do this. It's free. It's simple. It helps out the channel so much more than you think. I don't even care if you subscribe. Just get the likes up. Okay? That's it. I don't want your money. I just want your likes. I just want your likes. That's it. All right, let's move on. Now, this next topic is going to be an interesting one, Chad. I'm interested to see how y'all guys feel about this. I'm interested to see how you guys feel about this next topic. Okay. Jordan Schultz came out with this tweet today. I'm interested to see what y'all say. Says tons of fun stories in the NFL right now, but one of them not getting enough attention is Bryce Young continued to improve for the emerging, 3-3 Panthers. Okay. Still, just 24 years old, Young has engineered 2 straight game-winning drives while making a series of timely throws, namely to Jimmy Horn Jr., Hunter Renfrow, you'd expect from a top-tier quarterback. His combination of accuracy, clutch plays has led to exciting times in Carolina, sustained internal belief that Young is a true franchise quarterback. All right. This is interesting. I'm interested to hear what you guys think based off this tweet by Jordan Schultz. And if you know who Jordan Schultz is, I think he's part of Fox Sports, if I'm not mistaken. Or he's part of the Fox network in the sport, whatever. Either way. And it took a minute. And I took some time to think about this tweet. And it finally, it does. And again, it does finally like this team. Well, we're starting to really believe in this team that, what they were preaching back at the beginning of the season. But it does feel like the Panthers and the organization are starting to believe that they were preaching back on draft night that Bryce Young might actually be a true franchise quarterback. Now, again, we'll see. All right. Again, there's still a lot of football to be played. And I'm not saying he's the guy either. And honestly, I'm going to give the kid flowers, though, here. I'll be honest with you. Again, this kid's is not lighting up the stat sheet right now. All right. And maybe the key word there is right now or yet. And if you guys been watching the games, I've been watching the games, you've been watching me doing the live play-by-plays, not just box scores. I'm going to say I feel like Bryce has grown in the past couple of weeks. In the last 4 weeks, I feel like that he has grown. Since the Atlanta Falcons game, he has grown. Okay? Again, the numbers don't pop. I will say the growth does because I want to get this out the way. No, Bryce Young's numbers aren't going to melt your brain. You're not going to be like, oh my God, he threw for 350 yards and 5 touchdowns. Yay. Okay. You're not going to do that. Okay. But through his 6 starts, he's averaging 191.7 passing yards per game. Okay. Not great. Not where you want him to be. You would like to be above, 225, you would want to be around that 220 range, right? At least average, completing 61.8% of his passes. You want to be around that 67, 68 range. All right. And then sits at an 84.0 passer rating, which is 27th in the league. Now his QBR is 42.6, which isn't pretty by any means. He has thrown 5 picks on 199 attempts, which ain't bad considering the fact that maybe one of those picks really isn't his fault. But on paper, again, it is mid. It's meh. It's average. But here's where I'm going to say that context matters a little bit. Again, he's not being asked to throw it 45 times a game right now. He's not asked to play hero ball anymore right now because your head coach has finally completely changed the approach of what he's doing because the offense is now built around the run game and quick and controlled passing, right? Situations. I feel like that's the kind of structure your quarterback and Bryce Young needs, right? He's not bailing from the pocket at the first sign of pressure anymore. He's working through his progressions. Okay. I've watched this tape recently. I've watched the tape for the past 4 weeks. Okay. I can't do film breakdown anymore on YouTube, apparently, because even with NFL Plus replay, you'll get tagged for it. So that's why I haven't been doing film breakdowns this year. But when I have watched this film and I've gone back and watched, I've taken some notes and stuff, and I actually have been taking notes. I actually need to find my notebook to bring that back to you guys' attention. But he's been taking calculated shots in these games, and most importantly, making plays when it actually matters. Okay. Again, the Panthers aren't winning because of Bryce Young, not just yet. I'm not going to give him that, but they're definitely not winning in spite of him anymore, right? There is a level to this, is what I'm getting at. Okay. All right. What I'm getting at here is that they're winning. Winning does cure almost everything. Okay. Let's rewind a little bit, chat. This time last year, okay, this time last year, this team was 1-7, which that to me is crazy. We're 1-7 and we're 3-3 now. It's crazy to even think about that. We're only 2 games away to even tie how many wins we have, and if we beat the Jets, we're only 1 game away to tie how many wins we had last year. And now you see coaches dropping like flies. Bryce Young getting benched for Andy freaking Dalton. The vibes were, it was crazy. All right. Now we're 3-3. We're much alive in this NFC playoff race. Very much alive. More importantly, I think a lot of people are believing again. It's just funny how a couple of wins can change an entire narrative, not only as a team, but even individual players, right? The offense now has rhythm. The line's blocking very well. Even when guys have gone down, Brady Christensen has stepped in nicely. Josh Nishman played his best game of his career, or at least his best game in Carolina since he's been here against the Dallas, right? Rico, again, looks like prime Damian Thomason. And Bryce, for the first time since he showed up in Charlotte, again, he looks comfortable, right? That confidence that we're seeing into this kid is contagious. A lot of people are soaking it in. You can see it by the way this team huddles. You can go watch the video of him all mic'd up, right? How this team huddles around him after a big throw. You can hear it in the way Dave Canales talks about him. Hell, you can feel it just watching him on third down now. He's not second guessing himself anymore, chat. And according to a lot of reports, Dave Canales believes he's got his guy. Some people are out there. There's a lot of reporters out there saying that. He's kind of been vocal about it himself, but did we really believe him the way he was coaching him? No. Do I believe that Dave Canales believes that this is his guy? I don't know what to think right now. I didn't think he thought it was back in preseason, based the way he was coaching scared and stuff like that, and in the first 2 weeks, right? And Scott Fowler of the Charlotte, or Canales spoke to Scott Fowler of the Charlotte Observer, and his comment says it all. And he said that the belief makes me feel confident that I can just continue to call the game that's supposed to be called versus having to make adjustments based on what the quarterback feels, he said. And Bryce gives me confidence to just call whatever's on the sheet, and we can just build from there. Translation, that means that last year's play calling was survival mode. This year, he's like, he actually trusts his quarterback. That's huge. Okay? And if that's truly the case, that is huge. Now, when a head coach doesn't have to babysit the quarterback, when he can just call the plays on offense without worrying about panic throws or blown reads. That's when the real progress happens. Young's control at the line of scrimmage, his poise under pressure, I think the ability to shake off mistakes, all of that's improved very well with him, right? It showed up on film every week, basically since I would say after the first 2 weeks. It really has. I really do say that. And I'll be honest with you, I was one of those people that was having the bus talk, that was having the B word, calling him the B word, calling him a bust. Okay? I don't know what to believe. I do believe what I'm seeing right now is growth. What I do believe right now, what I'm seeing is, can it get better? Right? That's the next question. Can it get better? Can he stay consistent? Can we narrow down the mistakes? Right? That's the thing. Let's not pretend people didn't write this guy off. I was one of them. There's a lot of people in this chat that wrote him off. There's a lot of people, okay? There's a lot of people, even in the YouTube space, that don't believe in him. There's a lot of influencers out there that don't believe in him, right? There's a lot of people out there that wrote him off. I was one of them. I was throwing around the bust word when, I don't know when I was throwing it around. It was probably after, like, was it the Patriots game? I think it might have been the Patriots game where I was really calling him a bust. I ain't gonna lie. Someone might have to find a clip of that because I was going off. I was going off, though. I really was. I was pissed off. Pissed off. That's my redneck accent. All right. Leave me alone. But anyways, a lot of people writing them off, even last year's mess, right? There was legit questions whether, Bryce could even come back from being benched, right? You had some fans in Carolina that was like, okay, draft another quarterback. I'll tell you right now, I hope that Bryce works out because I haven't seen anybody in the college football that looks as like a starting quarterback in the NFL. There ain't nobody in college football right now that could legitimately come here and immediately start and be better than Bryce Young. I'm dead serious. I don't see even Lenore Sellers, and I'm a Gamecock fan, man. I don't see it. If you guys can sit here and say Arch Manning stinks. He's mid at best. He's another guy that's average. Lenore Sellers and Dante Moore might be the most guys that I would target right now. Two guys I would target right now. Maybe Carson Beck, maybe Fernando Mendoza. But like if I know that out of any of the guys, like Dante Moore sticks out to me. Lenore Sellers sticks out to me just from a freakish athlete standpoint, big arm talent. But there's just nobody that stands out to me in this next draft class. There's nobody. Brad, he's a true freshman. He'll get it better over time. He just needs more reps. Brad, I think he's nice. I just think it's for him. It's gonna just he needs more reps. But there's just nobody out there, and there's nobody in this draft class that I'm just like, yeah, this guy could step in and take over Bryce's job. It's nobody. There's nobody in this draft class. I'm sorry. And I'm a Gamecock fan. And I'm telling you right now, Lenore Sellers, if he even thought about coming out, would be the worst mistake of his life. He needs to stay another year. He needs more reps himself. But again, back to Bryce, man. There was guys out there that wanted to draft another quarterback. But I can tell again, like I said, there is nobody out there that can take his starting spot that in college football right now. All right. Others were ready to blow up. There was a lot of people out here that were ready to blow up the whole operation and start over. I think I probably yelled that at one point when I was really pissed off at one of the games. I'm sure I said it, but that was out of pure emotion, being pissed off. Now nobody's talking about Andy Dalton. Nobody's asking if Bryce is the guy. I think I have to be honest with you. The locker room seems to know who the guy is. The coaching staff seems to know who the guy is. Even the skeptics, I've seen a lot of skeptics starting to admit it. Maybe we really have something here to build on with this kid. Maybe we do. Maybe we do. Again, he's not going to be perfect. He's not putting up MVP numbers. I think what he is doing, though, is he's learning. He's adjusting. He's leading exactly the way a quarterback's supposed to do in year 3, right? In year 3 of his career, but year 2 of a rebuild. Because I'm considering this year 2 of the rebuild. We've been through hell the past couple of years, man. The last 7-8 years. Bad coaching, bad roster management, revolving door of philosophies, all of it. And now under Dave Canales, they finally look like we could be building around maybe a quarterback that actually belongs here. I'm not going to sit here and say Bryce Young is back. Okay. I'm not going to say Bryce Young isn't back. What Bryce Young is, though, is he's becoming, I think. And again, I have to continue to see this going forward. Can he be consistent? Can he continue to manage these games? Can he get better? Can he start elevating guys around him? Right? For a franchise that spent years trying to find its Cam Newton, right? That's the best damn news I think we've had in a long time about this kid. And this is just from, Jordan Schultz reporting a story. And again, all I'm saying is, okay, I'm not going to sit here and say that Bryce Young is him. I'm not going to say that Bryce Young is fully back. This is not Bama Bryce yet. Okay. But what we are getting is a guy who's managing the games, who is really showing a lot of growth, who's learning to adjust, who is not panicking. Okay. He's definitely being more reliable. So again, I'm not going to say Bryce is back, but I will definitely say this. He's becoming. That's all I'm going to say. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We've got over 50 people watching on YouTube, 38 people watching on X. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. All right. I don't know where we're at or on the likes, but I would greatly appreciate it if we could get those likes up even more if possible. I don't know where we're at on the likes. We're at 27 likes, but we got 47 people in here. So we got like 20 slackers messing up, man. We got 20 slackers messing up. Will Bryce be able to get us to the playoffs consistently? Again, that's what I'm talking about. He's becoming. Again, I need to see it. I need to see him become. He's becoming now. But everything that he's learning, all the adjustments that he's making, all of, all this stuff that he's doing, like I was saying earlier, the adjustments, the learning, the way he's managing the game, right? The way he's controlling the line of scrimmage, the way he's staying poised under pressure, the ability for him to shake off mistakes. Like, man, the biggest thing that I've taken away from him in the most recent weeks is how we started out 17-0, and he told everybody to stick with him, and that team stuck with him, and they came back from a 17-0 deficit and beat that Miami team. I get that's a bad Miami team, and I get that's an organization that's a dumpster fire right now, but, man, it shows on his film every week, man, and I watch his film every week. It's all of it's improving, right? Your coach is finally not worried about him having panic throws or blown reads. He's really showing progression. Like Canales doesn't have to babysit him. He can be aggressive. He can be a creative, right? That's the biggest thing now that you can say for Bryce Young. Again, I just need to see him be able to do it consistently. Go out there, elevate guys around you. And if you can do that, then you might be able to win the franchise quarterback from me. But right now, I'm going to hold off on it, but I am giving him his flowers. I am giving him his flowers. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Now, for the final segment of this show, we're going to talk about, I don't even have a slide. I don't have an image for this. We could pull up the defensive rankings. Let's pull that up. How about that? We pull up the defensive rankings. I tell you what, man. This Carolina Panthers defense, man. Tell you what. They run that spider through white banana, man. Tell you what, man. Tell you what. That's the best John Gruden impression I have, all right? Take it or leave it. Tell you what, man. All right. All right, let's look at this defense. Are the Carolina Panthers finally good? Clay, they ain't running on us for shit. That's for damn sure. So, total defense, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy, man. This team was like dead last in every category last year. I think the lowest ranking we had in a certain category defensively last year was like 19th. It's crazy. I know this is AI, but this is based off a lot of information. But again, it does break it down from so far for this season. And this is right. This is right, because I went and looked at, even like, you can go on Fox and find it, but I wanted it all in one place. Fox has it all spread out. Antonio Friday, they might. Him, Jalen Phillips. There's going to be teams that are going to be selling. I don't think the Bengals are going to sell Trey Hendrickson, though. The reason why I say that is because they went out and got Joe Flacco, and if Joe Flacco can even get them them enough wins, down the stretch, and Joe Shiesty comes back to at least get him into the playoffs, I just don't see them doing that. Jalen Phillips, I know Miami's going to be selling him. That's the guy I would go after. He's on a rookie contract, so that's who I would go after. So, are we fine? Is this Carolina Panthers team, are we finally good? That is the question here. Okay. You see the defensive rankings. Okay. You can see them. You guys can see them correctly. Yep. You can see them pretty well, right? If you guys can really see the defensive rankings well, give me a thumbs up. All right. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. If you can see it well, that's good. If not, I'll zoom in a little bit more. All right. Here's the thing. I would like for this to go away, but it's all good. Here's the thing. This is a team that's playing for real right now. This is the most for real I've seen this team play. Like that, we're actually playing grown man football. That is, again, like for the first time since like 2021, again, this is a team that's sitting at 500. Not because of some miracle or fluke win. That we've earned the last two victories, in my opinion, very well. We definitely earned that victory over, New England, or not New England, the Falcons. Sorry, but 2 straight victories, man. 3 wins in the last 4. 3-0 at the bank. it doesn't feel like a funeral every Sunday, man. I'm fired back up, even though I don't seem very fired up. I'm just not feeling well today. But is this team for real? Like, what has changed? Right? Like, what the hell has happened to this team? What changed? What does this mean for your future? Okay. So, for me, what has changed the most, and then you guys can sound off the comments and let me know what you think, but what has changed the most from this team? Right? And I want you to use one word, chat. If you had to choose one word to describe what has changed with this team, I'd be interested to hear what you think. My one word is identity. I'm going to say, because I feel like for the first month of this season, right, this team couldn't run the ball to save its life. They averaged barely 100 yards per game, a number to, so it was pretty pathetic. It made our 2022 offense look competent. They couldn't control the clock. They couldn't convert on 3rd and short. Sure as hell couldn't bully anyone. Then week 5 happened. Facing a Miami defense that tackles like it's allergic to contact. Dave Canales said, screw it. We're running the damn ball. It worked. Rico Dowdle. Yes, Rico Dowdle went full prime Adrian Peterson, dropped 239 rushing yards, single-handedly dragged the Panthers to a comeback win. It still amazes me that how Rico has just come out of nowhere with this. Okay. I mean, the offensive line has been doing its job, even with the injuries. Canales has stuck with the run, even when they were down 2 scores, which that win flipped a switch, and the momentum didn't stop, right? You go and you're at home, you beat Dallas, a team that still thinks it's a contender. I still think they're a good team. I do. But we punched them right in the mouth. Doesn't matter. Injuries or not, you still win the game. It's the next man up mentality everywhere, right? So even without Taylor Moton, our offensive line still dominated that game. I actually posted up on a TikTok. I posted a TikTok today. If you want to go look at some game film, because I can't post it on YouTube. That's why I tell you guys to go follow my TikTok. If you go to my TikTok, I posted up some game film of Rico Dowdle and that offensive line dominating. It's like a 1.5-minute video of just film, and you could just see the holes Rico Dowdle running through, man. It's pretty amazing, honestly, because our offensive line, dude, you could have ran I'm dead serious. You could have ran a freight train, like an actual size freight train through the holes that offensive line was putting together on that Cowboys defensive line, right? But he goes and puts 216 rushing yards, and I can tell you right now, Jerry Jones was probably wondering, maybe we should. I guarantee you, Jerry Jones is second guessing himself now. He's like, man, I probably should have never done that. Yeah, until Jerry Jones gets out of the way there in Dallas, they're never going to be good. They'll never be relevant. They'll never win another Super Bowl until that slave. I consider him a slave owner, man. I really do. I hate that guy. I can't stand Jerry Jones. He is the worst owner in the NFL. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. Just the shit that comes out of his mouth is just crazy to me. Just crazy to me. And he goes and says that, well, we're going to trade Micah. He can't even say Micah. We're going to trade Micah. We're going to trade him. We're going to send him. We're going to send him packing. We need to stop the run, so we're going to trade him. He hasn't made much of an impact since he's been here. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're going to trade him, and we're going to get somebody who can fill that middle defensive line, so we can stop the run. Like, what? Here's the thing that needs to happen for the Dallas Cowboys. This is what Dallas Cowboys fans need to hope. The Dallas Cowboys fans need to hope that somebody in the Jones family puts that man in a home and feeds him Jello every day. That's what they need to hope for that man now at this point. That's what they need to hope for. They need to put him in a home and feed him Jello and tell him he cannot talk about the Dallas Cowboy football ever again. They need to take away his ownership. That guy has no idea what he's doing. Because you you can't tell me that defense does not miss Micah Parsons. They're and he even came out and said that Micah Parsons doesn't make an impact on defense. I sure as hell bet you could have used him this past Sunday. I guarantee it. I bet money on it. Because the past couple times we played Dallas, has Micah Parsons not made us eat our lunch? Most certainly has. Because that Dallas Cowboys run defense sucks. And Matt Eberflus might be the worst defensive coordinator in the league. He is terrible. And where like you signed Deron Bland, you signed Bland, you got Tre'von Diggs. Like, where were those guys in that game? Those guys didn't make any impact. Tre'von Diggs was like a pro, was playing at an all-pro at one point. Bland had that huge streak of what? Like, he had an interception in a game, like 6 or 7 games in a row that one year. Like, where have these guys gone? What has happened? Like, again, the thing is it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, that's not the point about the Cowboys, all right? What is the point that I'm getting at is that this team is finally playing to its strengths. We're playing physical, we're playing tempo, and we're playing balance, right? But I also want to say something that I don't think I alluded to when I was talking about Bryce Young earlier, okay? When I was talking about Bryce Young earlier, this run game has saved everyone, including Bryce Young. When you can run the ball, everything looks better, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't everything look better when you can run the football? That defense gets the defense, your defense gets rest. That play action opens up. That offensive line can breathe. Bryce Young doesn't have to drop back 40 times behind 40 times a game. In the past 2 weeks, again, and I'm going back to Bryce Young saying, look, he looks more confident. He looks more decisive. He's using play action effectively. He's making smart reads. He's not running for his life on that snap. It's not elite quarterback play. But this is the best version of Bryce I think we've seen in over a year. Even I think that these past couple games, or these past 2 games, even the Falcons game, even though Bryce, didn't put up, again, it's not the numbers. It's just the things that he's doing so much more efficient than what he was not doing, right? And again, got to give credit where credit is due, man. This offensive line with injuries has been playing nasty football. You have 3 starters out against Dallas on the offensive line. Technically, if you want to call it for what it's worth. Okay? We imposed our will. That's a reflection of Canales' commitment to balance and the tone Rico Dowdle has set in that backfield. Again, that's why that guy should be RB1A. He is the guy who runs angry and it's contagious, and he is the one who is setting the tone. Roadmaster. Clay, you're a fool for that. I mean, am I wrong? I mean, I feel like I've been spitting some pretty good facts tonight, no? You know what I mean? I know I've been like making some, little jabs, a little funny jabs here and there, but, I'm not wrong. Like, fuck Jerry Jones, man. Put that guy, like I said, put that guy in a home. Feed him some Jell-O. He'll be all right. Let him live out his days. He'll be fine. He's got plenty of money. All right. But defensively, man, look at this, man. This is the new look. New results. Look at this. Total defense. You know what? Let's compare it. Let's do this. Watch this. We're going to compare it to 2024. Let's compare it to 2024. Look at this shit. All right. 2025 is on the left. 2024 is on the right. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Points allowed, 19th. 2024, points allowed, 32nd in the league. We went from allowing 31.4 points a game to 23.8 points per game. Third down percentage, we've 37.5%. We've only allowed that much. We're 13th in the league. Last year, we were 32nd, allowing 50.2%. Passing yards allowed per game, 10th. 204.4 yards per game we're allowing. Last year, we were 23rd, basically allowing 225 yards per game. First downs allowed per game. We are number one in the league for the fewest first downs allowed per game. Last year, we were 32nd. Oh, yeah. Y'all both do have a good point there. He does make great trades. He does. A 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo. What a fucking retard. I'm sorry. He is. God dang, man. Fucking retard. I still can't believe we got a 4th-round pick for him. All right. Sorry. Moving on. But then look at this, man. Total defense. We're 10th in yards per game. This is saying, this is saying 17th. This is saying 10th passing yards allowed per game. What's this one say? Passing defense yards per game. Okay, so we're allowing 17th, 213.8. Rushing yards. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. This is a team last year, defensively, that allowed 179.8 yards per game last year. We are only allowing 94.5. We basically cut our numbers in half. And also, we're 9th in the NFL. Opponents' points per game, we're at 21st. Opponent yards per game, we're at 10th. Let's see here. Opponents' points per play, we're 21st. Opponents' yards per play, we're 10th, which is great. We're 4th in the league for first downs allowed. We are also 3rd down conversion percentage allowed 12th. Passing touchdowns allowed, we are 18th. Interceptions made, we have 4 on the year, so that's good. 11th. Rushing touchdowns allowed, 16th. All right, we've only allowed 5 rushing touchdowns this year. Red zone percentage allowed, we're 19th. We're allowing 60%. I would like for that to be lower. Turnover differential tied for 26, -4. So, but again, total defense overall, we're ranked top 10. We were dead last year, man. Again, this is a new look. This is a new look defensively. It's a new result. Evero's defense is finally stopped being soft against the run. I mean, again, we were getting gashed all last year, right? But suddenly we look more disciplined. We look more physical. Trevor Wallace, Christian Roseboom have been studs ever since switching roles. Derek Brown, again, I'm going to tell you this right now. Derek Brown presence alone is why this defense is playing the way it is. This guy is back to his pro level form, man. The edges are setting. Again, I know our edge room has not been the best. We're dead last in sacks, right? And we're basically dead last in pass rush run rate. But I feel like our edges are setting the edge. We're just not getting home, right? Which it used to be foreign to the concept here. But over the last 2 games, our defense has held opponents to just 50 rushing yards combined, which is absurd, right? So Miami and Dallas both have offensive lines issues. I get that. Yes, they do. A lot of people say that, but still, at the end of the day, a win's a win, whether you're going up against the top defense or the bottom defense, or you're going against the top offensive line, the bottom offensive line. It does not matter. You don't luck into that kind of turnover, all right? You don't luck in that kind of turnaround. I mean, that's coaching, communication, swagger. It's great, okay? So, again, that's where I think things have changed. It's crazy to see where we are. I also want to show you all a pretty cool clip, and I'm going to head out of here with you guys. There's one more clip I wanted to show you guys real quick. This is interesting. So this is Luke Kuechly. I don't know if y'all saw this tweet. This is interesting right here. Canales knows how to call plays. He's keeping me confused, and it's working. This is coming from your all-pro, all-time Hall of Famer, Luke Kuechly, linebacker. And I want y'all to listen in. But I think to this radio host, he's speaking to Jake Delhomme. And this is what this is what Luke Kuechly said to Jake Delhomme. And Jake Delhomme is speaking on this show. All right, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. I thought this was interesting.
Sitting next to him, we're watching the games. I watch him diagnose an offense so fast. Like, he recognizes certain formations and things, and he'll make hand gestures like he thinks a screen coming or he thinks it's going here. And you just see the robotic nature of how he played and what he looked at. And then the last week against Miami, he took the headsets off and he said, Canales knows how to call plays. I said, what makes you say that? He goes, he said, Jake, he said, he's keeping me confused on a couple of things. He said, and it's working.
That's coming from your all-pro, all-time legendary linebacker. Interesting. I think it's interesting. We shall see. I hope that going forward, that's going to be the case. I hope he continues to keep Luke Kuechly confused and stuff, because that means it's a good sign. It's a good sign. So shout out to everyone in the chat. Again, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream tonight. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way in. All right. I'm also going to be live Friday. Of course, we have our, we got to do the breakdown of the Jets game. Okay. We got to do our preview and prediction of the Jets game this Friday. Okay. Make sure you guys come through. Make sure you pound the like button, hit the subscribe button on your way out here. If you're new here, I am going to be busting out some shorts this evening. I'm going to be staying up late for you guys, busting out some shorts and TikToks. Guys, by the way, make sure you go and follow me on TikTok, because there are things I can't post on YouTube that I am posting on TikTok. So that I can get away with over there. So again, appreciate everyone joining the live stream. I will see you guys on another live stream on Friday. Make sure you guys tune into that. I don't know if that's going to be an early stream or a later stream, like 8 p.m. like this. But other than that, guys, I greatly appreciate you. And as always, I will see you guys on the other side. Y'all know what to do. Keep pounding. I'm out of here. Peace.